Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I did place a second order during the Sephora VIB sale, which is still going on. I think it's still going on until the 15th. But the NATASHA DENONA Glam face palettes in the lighter shade and the deeper shade popped up maybe just a few minutes after I placed my first order. So I right away placed another order, but I didn't choose expedited shipping. Anyway, it just came in, so that's what we're gonna be talking about today. I did get both let me make sure I get this right, the light and the dark palettes. So I have them both here. We're basically gonna do half of my face in the light and half of my face in the dark. So first, let's do a close-up of this light palette. I can't really show you the cover. It's so reflective that it's just gonna kind of blind you. So anyway, that's the cover. Inside we've got a cream blush, a highlight, and then 5 eyeshadows. Here are some swatches. So I've got the blush and then the highlight, and I'm starting from the left going to the right. And then I have the 5 shades. I've got the inner corner, transition, crease, outer corner, and then smoke shades. So the inner corner and the outer corner shadows are incredibly metallic, like foily shades. And then the transition, crease, and smoke shades are all mattes. And here is a look at the dark palette. The outer packaging of the dark palette is actually a little bit darker than the light palette, so that's really, really nice. And then inside we again have a very similar format with the cream blush and the highlighter underneath this like plastic flap, which is really lovely. NATASHA DENONA is really good about that, making sure that she covers her cream products. And then again, we have 5 shadows. So here are the swatches for the dark palette. We've got the cream blush and then the Star Glow highlighter. And then we have the 5 shadows: outer corner, transition, smoke, inner corner, and then crease. And again, the outer and the inner corner shades are both metallic foily shades, and the transition, smoke, and crease shades are all matte. So here are the swatches of the two kind of like the light I'm gonna put on top and the dark I'm gonna put on the bottom, just so you can compare. Anyway, let's go ahead and start applying. All right, so let's start with the light palette. I'm going to apply this to the right side of my face, and I'm gonna start with the blush. So currently I have on foundation, concealer, and powder. I don't have on anything else. And just so you know, I have the Chantecaille Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer on, and Chantecaille is having a Singles Day sale. So if you buy 2 products, you get 1 for free, and the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer is part of this. Anyway, I'll link it down below if you're interested, if you're like really into Chantecaille products, like I am. I think you'll be interested in this Singles Day promotion. Anyway, so cream blush. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Zoeva Face Shape 110 brush. I'm gonna pick up a little bit and swipe on to my cheeks here. Ooh, very lovely. Oh, wow. I really like how this product really kind of stays put. I'm swiping it and it's really blending out nicely. A lot of times with cream blush, it takes a little while for it to set, and when you start swiping, you're just kind of like moving the product back and forth a little bit. But this is really nice. It kind of stays put and like a little bit of it blends out. Oh, it's really nice. I really, really like the formula. And that is the blush shade. It's like a warm rose tone. It's very pretty. All right, so there is the blush, and I'm gonna do as I do. I'm gonna add just a little bit more to the apples of my cheeks here, just to bring that out a little bit. Now, let's try this Star Glow powder. So this is a powder product. This is not a cream product. I thought both of these products were cream products because they're both underneath this plastic protective lid, but this highlighter is like a powder product. I'm gonna use my Sonia G Sculpt 3 fan brush and just wow, okay. Picks up very, very easily on the brush. That's just 2 taps into the pan. I'm actually gonna knock some off and just hit the tops of my cheekbones. This is a really bright highlight. Yes. The tone is great for my skin tone. Yeah, it kind of disappears when it's not in the light, and then, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Gorgeous. Ooh, I'm gonna peel the sticker off of the mirror. Taking a close look at this highlight, I don't really see any micro glitters, or it's not chunky at all. You know, it's very smooth. It's very glass-like. Wow, the shine is really intense. Beautiful. Another beautiful highlight for the holidays. Nice. Okay, let's jump into the eyeshadows. Okay, I'm gonna go into the transition shade here. This is the lightest matte shade, and I've got my Esam S33 brush. And I am going to put this into my socket line area here. Then I'm gonna take some of this crease shade and apply it right like on top of my eyeball here. And I'm just taking my BK Beauty A503 brush, just a big blending brush here, and just gonna run it over those two shades, kind of blend them together, the transition and the crease shades. I'm gonna take the same brush, I just kind of wiped off my S33 brush. I'm gonna go into the smoke shade, and that's the deepest matte shade, and add this to the outer corner, and I'm just bringing it up on top of those other two shades that I just put down, the other two matte shades. All right, well, the mattes are working beautifully. Natasha Denona mattes, no surprises, they're blending out really beautifully. They're pigmented very nicely. They appear on my lid the way they appear in the pan. I don't feel like they're warming up or surprising me in any way. So big thumbs up for the mattes. Let's try these two metallic foily shades. She has one labeled as inner corner and then one as outer corner. I think I'm gonna do inner corner and then like center of my lid. I've got my Esam V27 brush. It's like a flat shader. And I'm gonna pick up inner corner here, and I'm going to press the shadow on. I think if you go in too aggressively and start swiping, you'll probably have a lot of fallout. And now I'm kind of like smearing that shadow on. I do have a little bit of fallout from that. I'm gonna pick up just a little bit more. You can probably use your fingers with these two shades, but I can't ever like get into that little corner right there. So I do like to use a brush for inner corner shadows. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, I am gonna use my finger though and go into outer corner and tap that onto the center of my lid. And this shade is just a little bit warmer than the inner corner shade. So it's a nice kind of blend from one into the other. Such a pretty, pretty holiday look. I feel like if you just go with the mattes, you get a really nice kind of like fall look. Add those inner and outer corner shimmer shades, and now all of a sudden you have like a beautiful holiday look. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so that is the light palette. Let's move on over, let's move on over to the dark palette. All right, so we're gonna start with the cream blush in the dark palette. I've got my Smashbox Cream Cheek brush. This is very similar to the Face Shape brush from Zoeva, so I think this is gonna be a good comparison. Swipe on. Ooh, I really love the texture of these blushes. The formula has like this nice balance between like kind of like setting down onto your cheek, but then you can blend it too. Really wonderful. And then I'm gonna add more to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, so there is the dark. I really like it. It is, I don't know if I would call it deeper now that I have it on my cheeks. It's definitely brighter than this one. Let's see what happens once we kind of let it do its thing. I feel like when you apply blush, you know, your cheek itself becomes red just from the action there. So let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. But I do feel like this is brighter than this side. To be expected. Let's try the Star Glow highlighter. And I did just wipe off my Sculpt 3 brush from Sonia G. So I'm gonna use the same one. I'm gonna go into this, wow, highlighter. Again, picked up quite a bit. I'm gonna knock some off. Yeah, I see a little bit of a difference. This is a little whiter, and this has like just a little bit more yellow in there, a little bit deeper. I think both work for my skin tone. We have another sticker to remove. Yeah, I think they actually both work. They are pretty similar on the skin. It's just me inspecting it, I see like a little bit more of the yellow in there. But both are so bright, so metallic, so glass wet looking. I mean, they're just incredible. I love both of them. Oh, I'm so glad that both actually work. That's exciting. Let's move on to the eyeshadow. So these are considerably deeper. I'm gonna do basically the same thing that I did with the other eye. And I'm gonna start with my Esom S33 brush. I'm gonna go into Transition, which is, again, the lightest matte shade in this palette. And I'm gonna start by adding it into my socket line area. Next, I'm gonna go into the crease matte shade, same brush, pick up just a little bit. I'm gonna focus this right over my eyeball here. I like this crease shade. I don't know, you could probably see it in the swatch. I don't know if you could see it in the pan, but there's a little bit of a red base to this brown, which is really nice. This brown is warmer. It has more of like an orange base to it. There's more yellow, but this has more red in it. It's really pretty. Okay, again, I'm taking the A503 brush from BK Beauty and just blending all that out. I feel like I need a little bit more of that crease shade. Okay, going back to the S33, I'm gonna go into the smoke shade and add it to my outer corner. That is real smoky. This would make a great liner. Beautiful. Ooh, look at that blend. So nice. And again, taking my Esom V27 brush, I'm gonna go into the inner corner shade here. Again, it's the lighter metallic shade. And going to press onto my lid and then smear it. This inner corner shade is so cool because in the pan, it looks like a light gold, but there's like a base color to it that is almost like a lighter version of this crease color. And it makes it a lot warmer and deeper than it appears in the pan. It's really, really pretty. Okay, and now I'm gonna go into the outer corner shade and I'm gonna use my finger. Let me clean off my fingertip here and tap that onto the center of my lid here. I'm just adding a bit more of that smoke shade, bringing it up a little bit because I feel like this eye looks a little higher. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab a small blender brush. I've got the BK Beauty A504 brush, and I'm gonna go into the smoke shade in the dark palette, the dark palette. And I'm going to run that underneath my lash line here, smoke it out a little. And now I'm gonna go back to my light palette, wipe the brush off, and do the same thing. I'm gonna take the same brush, go into the smoke shade here, and drag this underneath my lash line. You know, I really don't see that much of a difference with the blushes. They kind of just look the same on my cheeks. The highlight, I see a little bit of a difference. I think you'd have to really like get in close and inspect me. It's really the eyeshadows. I feel like I've got like an evening smoky look, and this is like a very light smoky, daytime smoky look. Oh, I really love both eye looks though. There's something about NATASHA DENONA, like her browns. Oh, I just love them. You guys know how much I love her 5-pan camel palette, which I think is on sale at Sephora. Anyway, that is such a great 5-pan palette. These are great 5-pan palettes, basically. Okay, let me finish up my look and I'll be right back. All right, so I just finished off my look with some brows, mascara, some lip gloss. I will leave links down below to everything that I have on my face. I love these palettes. I love them both. I really was hesitant about getting the dark palette, but I'm so glad I did because I really love this eye look. You know, when I'm going for something a little bit more dramatic, a little smoky there. Oh, it's stunning. And this outer corner metallic is so beautiful because it's got that kind of coppery like shift to it. It's so pretty. And the light, of course, is just a great option for me. All of these eyeshadows, all of the mattes in here, you saw before I added like the metallic foily shades. Just a great everyday kind of neutral look. All right, well, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.